Speaking of not being a fan of certain things in tech, we have an exploding iPhone.
Oh.
Which, I mean, it seems like it goes from one to the next. It could be any phone. A child's iPhone began sparking, then it burned holes in her blanket. Kayla Ramos was sitting in her sister's room playing with her iPhone 6. So, kind of an older iPhone. When sparks suddenly began to shoot from the device, Kayla primarily used her phone to watch YouTube videos. I'm pretty sure it was Lou Later, family show. Learn a thing or two. We cover the news. So, plus, Lou Later, things get heated sometimes. You see that, Will?
Yeah.
You understand something like that, Will? Things get heated sometimes. Anyway, yeah, so her and her siblings are on the bed. It's a tragedy. The thing blows up. No more YouTube to be watched. I managed to burn myself, but I threw it on the blankets. The 11-year-old from Bakersfield, California, told the TV station the foam burned several holes in the blankets, but did not cause more extensive damage. Kayla's mother was grateful that her daughter escaped unscathed. This could have been my child. She could have been on fire. She could have been hurt. Anyhow, they reach out to Apple, and you know what Apple says? They say, "Hey, send that back to us." They say, "Hey, do you mind if you just send that back over to us, and we'll send you a brand new one? You know, we'll send you the latest one. Okay, you send us that old iPhone 6. We'll get you new. We'll get you an iPhone 10s Max."
No lawsuit here.
They say, "Hey, Kayla, what do you say you get a bigger screen in the house for you and your sibling? Hey, Kayla, what do you say? YouTube kids, you want to watch? Yeah, we'll pre-install it for you. Here, an iPhone 10s Max. What do you like? You like that fancy gold color? Bit better than the old iPhone 6 you got there." That's what starts to happen right away, Will, because you know it's a bigger picture. Apple needs to get that phone back home so it has no investigation poking around. What caused it? What kind of defect? Let's sue them because they got what? How many billions? Will, trillion? They got a trillion, okay?
Boatload.
They got a boatload. That's even better. Willie Doo. What a time to be alive, ladies and gentlemen. Willie Doo, he's picking up. He's got it under control. He figured it all out. You understand? He's got the moves. X, Y, B, B, up, down, square, whatever he's got to do. He's got it figured out now. So I could just leave the show now. He's got the boatload figured out.
Don't do that.
So anyhow, they reach out. It's in limbo right now. There's no official lawsuit or anything at this point. But the mom, the way she's talking is kind of like, hey, make it right. Because she says over here, this could have been my child. My child could have been caught on fire and she could have been hurt more. And I'm glad she's okay. You see that type of wording there, Will?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, you're talking about my child right now. You want to try to put a value on my child, Will? Is that what you're trying to do? Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
It's not really your child.
Yeah, I didn't think so, Will. I didn't think so.
Look, the mom said she admitted to charging the phone a lot, which might have caused overheating. So
Well,
she
yeah.
kind of was honest about it.
Well, I mean, look, Will.
You know.
Everybody's charging their phones.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
You just got fired up right there.
Exactly. Everyone charges their phones. So
Yeah, I don't think we don't expect them to explode. You charge your phone, you know.
yeah.
Look. There's enough of these phones out there. I'm not trying to say it's specific to. I did a story, a week ago on what was it? It was a OnePlus device that blew up, and we saw the Samsung device blow up. It's a ratio thing. You got to have a limited number blow up, or at least a limited number of these news stories before it becomes a real fiasco. But these batteries are relatively volatile, it turns out. And there's a ton of iPhone 6s out there. I think it's still the number one iPhone in the world right now. I think it's actually the 6. So there's a ton of them out there. But listen to this line right here at the very end. They asked the girl, they say, "What do you think? How upset are you?" She said, "It's not that bad," Kayla told 23 ABC News. "I get to hang out with my sisters more. I get to hang out with my family more." This is her response to having lost her iPhone. Well, what a twist to the story. The family rekindles. They connect. They bond in the absence of the phone. And what does this say about the phone? The phone was between them.
Mm-hmm.
Is this for the greater good, the exploding phone in this particular case? Who knows what reality may have been like? Yeah. This phone survives. It's more YouTube. It's mind-numbing. It's YouTube Kids. Who knows what's being watched? It's not Lou Later, that's for sure.
She becomes a TikTok celebrity.
She becomes it. There you go. Exactly. And instead, I get to hang out with my sisters more. I get to hang out with my family more. Or maybe that's just her way of taking a shot back at Tim. Tim tried to burn the house down, and she comes back with, yeah, well, I don't need it anyway. I got sisters.
Yeah.
I got a family.
The phone tried to take my family away.
There it is. You see?
Yeah.
So, anyhow, phones explode. It happens. Pretty much every phone. No phone is immune. If it has a battery, it can explode. There you go, ladies and gentlemen.